Welcome to another edition of our YouTube channel, Southeast Asia Vibes, The Good Life. My name is Victor. I'm from the beautiful city of Vancouver, British Columbia, on the west coast of Canada. Are you fed up with outrageously expensive prices in the US, Canada, or whatever country that you're from? Cold winters, high crime, the rat race, leaving it early in the morning, coming home late at night, just working, working, working. And when you come home in the evening from work, you're so tired to spend any time with your family. Just the rat race. Are you fed up of that? Does it sound familiar? Listen, that's not what life is all about. Life should be enjoyed. We're only here on this earth for a very, very short period of time. If you get caught up in that rat race, before you know it, you're old and you're 60, 70 years old, and soon the lights are going to be off. So, what I'm saying is, you absolutely can be living the life of your dreams, working 2 or 3 hours a day, living in a tropical paradise, hanging out at the beach for literally 85 to 90% cheaper than what it would be back home. Now, here's the thing. Myself and several of my friends, we came to this part of the world. I live in Philippines. My friends live here. Some of my friends live in Cambodia, Laos, Thailand, uh, Indonesia, etc. When we first came here, we didn't really have a solid plan. We ended up broke and we had to go back home. But we learned from our mistakes. Even though it's very, very cheap to live in this part of the world, you still do need a sustainable source of income. I just laugh because literally 90% of these YouTube videos telling you how you can make money online, they're just bogus. They're complete lies and nonsense. That being said, there are about 10% of these videos which not only me, but several of my friends have been doing for the past several years, working a couple of hours a day. And the rest of the time, we're just relaxing, going to the beach, drinking coconut water. It's like every day is a vacation. You can be doing the same thing as well. Absolutely. We're living proof of that. We do get people who email us every day. Our email is in the description box below. You can reach us there. Let's get started with today's video. Discuss an updated version of most certainly what caused this tragic helicopter crash in New York City. This family visiting from Spain and also the pilot all perished. And this is an unimaginable tragedy. I mean, the whole family was wiped out, and I just, I just can't fathom that. But based on what we know now, I think we can definitely rule out mass bumping. The evidence just doesn't support that. But now, I carefully studied, as an aviation expert myself, I carefully studied frame by frame when this helicopter, as it was coming down, and I paused it and I had a look at this aircraft. But before I get into that, I do want to say, looking at the financial records of this company, New York Helicopter Tours, the financial records, I mean, the financial health of this company was not good. They were having financial problems. And when you have financial problems, every aspect of the business is impacted, including the maintenance. Okay. And looking at the owner, he does seem to be skirting responsibility. That's just based on my observation. Some of the questions they asked him, he declined comment. He just, they just say on their website, all questions should be directed to the FAA. They need to be more they need to be more forthright rather than skirting responsibility. The owner certainly does appear to be that way. Uh, so look, aside from the financial aspect, there is this very important part called the Jesus nut. And the Jesus nut, is part. The Jesus nut is something that you really have to look at, and combined with, this was an overcast day, combined with a lightning strike in a very strategic location and the maintenance issues. This is what brought this helicopter down. I looked at frame by frame the helicopter coming down, and again, it absolutely looked fried. Uh, if the light helicopters are built to withstand lightning strikes, don't get me wrong, but you combine the poor maintenance, and if that lightning hit a very strategic location like the Jesus nut, part of the rotary, the transmission, you have a problem. You have a big problem. And that certainly is what appears to be the case in this incident. Either it's a lightning strike or a combination of lightning strike and poor maintenance. And I'm sure that is exactly what the uh, the review is going the investigation is going to reveal. Because the reason I mentioned a lightning strike and not too many other people have mentioned it, I would have mentioned lightning strike looking at the snapshots frame by frame of the helicopter coming down. It looked fried. But one of the eyewitness interviews also she mentioned there was a flash of light. So even aside of me thinking that lightning had something to do with it, there was an eyewitness who basically said the same thing. Again, my heart goes out to all the family members. Just unfathomable to think the whole family is wiped out as well as the pilot. Uh, that's it for this edition of Southeast Asia Vibes, The Good Life. Until next time, take care, everybody.